All right, I want to go ahead and call the public hearing for the petition for rezoning, parcel number 10-9.0-31.0-1-001-009. I'll take roll call for the council for attendance of that public hearing. Councilperson Bradley? Councilperson Kemper?
Here.
Councilperson Ginever?
Here.
Councilperson Friedmeier?
Here.
Councilperson Fisher?
Here.
Councilperson Bailey?
Here.
Councilperson Winkleman? Absent. Councilperson Massa? Here. All right, at this time, I'll turn the public hearing over to Mr. Robert Sullivan.
Good evening, Mayor, Councilwoman, and Councilman. The public hearing before you tonight is a vacant piece of property located on the northernmost part of Missouri Avenue. On our zoning map here on our screens, you see the green portion labeled RA there to the left-hand side of the screen as I'm looking at it. It is the property just to the north of that where Missouri makes the right-hand turn to go east. The piece of property is roughly 2.5 acres. It's currently zoned RS1, which is general residential, typically allows only for single-family residential homes. The request is to rezone it to RA1, which is also a general residential, but it allows for multifamily use as well as single-family homes. We had a public meeting before Planning and Zoning Commission on December 5th. They unanimously approved the recommendation to City Council for this public hearing and their approval. Today, I do have the owners of the property. They are here. They have submitted a generalized site plan, which should be in your packet. It is just very general and basic. That doesn't have dimensional items on there, so none of that has been reviewed from my office from any kind of approval standpoint or submittal. That's just something that's just generic and basic. They really didn't want to go too far with any of that, as I'm sure you all can understand, until they know that they can get it rezoned, because to do all that work would cost several $1,000s to do. If the zoning is approved, we'll move forward with that, and they'll have to obtain all the approvals to do any kind of construction, just as anybody else would. Other than that, the property, surrounding properties are RS1 and RA, as you can see there. Part of that RA is 2 apartment complexes. Also in there is a lot of single-family homes in that subdivision. So looking at that, when you drive in that subdivision, you may not think that that's zoned RA, but it is. There are some duplexes in there on the westernmost side to the south. There's some duplexes, so kind of throws people off a little bit to see so many single-family residential homes in an RA district. But the reason that we can rezone that, not be considered spot zoning, is because of the large massive RA that abuts that. And with our comprehensive plan, it talks in our comprehensive plan of extending the development of that RA to the north in the vacant properties that are there.
Thank you. Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Sullivan? And then anyone in the audience wish to speak on that rezoning? All right. At this time, with no more discussion, the public hearing for the petition for rezoning parcel number 10-9.0-31.0-1-001-009 is now closed. All right. I want to go ahead and call to order the public hearing for the Community Block Design Group grant. I want to take roll for that grant as well, or for that public hearing. So, Councilperson Bradley?
Here.
Councilperson Kemper?
Here.
Councilperson Ginever?
Here.
Councilperson Friedmeier?
Here.
Councilperson Fisher?
Here.
Councilperson Bailey?
Here.
Councilperson Winkleman? Councilperson Massa? All right. At this time, I'll turn the public hearing over to Mr. Eisenbeis.
So this public hearing is for a grant of $250,000. This is the Community Development Block Grant Program that is administered by the Jefferson County Economic Development Corporation. We've used this grant the last, I think, 4 or 5 years for our curb cuts, our ADA ramps all throughout town that have brought us into compliance. I would say 95% throughout the city. We got some that we're gonna address this year with another grant that we're doing on Taylor Avenue this year. So, this year, since we have caught up with the ADA ramps, we're going to use this money for storm sewer, storm water, and what it is we got some pipes, our pipes down Bailey Road, sorry, and kinda in front of the Fox Block there, where L&R Furniture and everything used to be. We're gonna reline that. These are cured in place pipes, so basically they blow in looks like a sock basically, and they blow it in, they steam it, and it cures in place about a 1/4 inch, it becomes new PVC basically. Then they go through and they cut out all your taps or your inflow areas and things like that. So I think we're doing the entire block of
Yeah, we'll start at Taylor Avenue, go all the way to the
brain station.
to the brain station at the creek, and then we'll start at Third and Mississippi and go all the way to Lindsay.
If we have enough
If we
money,
have enough.
yeah. So that's the 2 areas Dan has identified as the worst areas in town and we need to use this. So with this program, we'll continue to do this all over until they tell us we don't have any more money.
And we're just getting the stormwater down without those pipes. Those pipes are probably,
Yeah, they're galvanized, and they're older. We've had a lot of issues there in Third and Virginia past year or so. Bailey Road, we had a pretty big issue, and we fixed it. It was like 22 feet deep, so I mean.
we have to sub that out when it's that far. So, I mean, I think this is,
For relining, you're good for ever, I hope.
right, I think it's a good use, so. All right, well, does anyone have any questions for Mr. Eisenbice on that? All right. At this time, with no more does anyone in the public or audience have any questions about that? Okay. Hearing none, with no more discussion, the public hearing for the CVDG grant is now closed. I'll go ahead and call the regular council meeting for February 24th, 2025 to order. Everyone please rise for a pledge of allegiance led by Councilperson Fisher. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, sir. Again, I gotta take roll, so, sorry. Councilperson Bradley. Councilperson Kemfer. Councilperson Ginever. Councilperson Friedmeier.
Here.
Councilperson Fisher.
Here.
Councilperson Bailey.
Here.
Councilperson Winkleman. Councilperson Massa. Thank you. I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda for the council meeting for February 24th, 2025.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Madam Clerk, has the agenda been posted, dated, and signed? Thank you. Once you guys have a moment to look over the minutes, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the January 27th meeting.
Make a motion to approve the minutes from January 27th, 2025.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Public comment, no one signed up for it. Moving on to check register and bills. Does anybody have any questions on any of the bills? The sales tax revenue, I do want to point out, it does look like we have a downward trend, I think, on a couple of these, I believe last month as well. Not much, but just something that we need to keep our eye on, especially during budget time, but. Yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah, that's one of the things that I always look at, and I don't like seeing parentheses. But, the bills and everything, there was no,
Make a motion to approve check register bills, financial report, and sales tax report.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Moving on to committee reports. The committee reports are in your packet. Mr. Turner, you have a busy month at Public Works.
Little winter weather, everything went pretty well.
Yep. They stayed busy, so.
What caused the, details about a water usage report? Is that just so we can get
We
a,
have to do our annual water usage report every year, just for.
oh, okay. And it's detailed enough to where you can tell who's using how much and all that?
No, just on our end, just what we pump out the plant on the south and then north end.
Now that I know snow, kinda hurts here, you gonna get back to leaf pickup? Or is that-
No, we pick up stuff anywhere it goes.
Leaf pickup can be put in bags and then we'll pick them up throughout the week. You know, we send our guys out and they see the bag.
From November first to January first this year.
Yeah, so I mean, if they get them in bags, we'll get them picked up. You'll notice on his report as well, talking about the zip code stuff, we finally got back in touch with, the postal service for the zip code, getting addresses to say Crystal City, so, that are inside Crystal City, so it's kind of a benefit there. All right, if no one has any questions for Mr. Turner, Chief Bova his report's in there. And then, Mr. Sullivan, you have anything to add to your report?
Some good things going on. We've got, I've got 4 new residential house permits on my desk right now.
Good,
So that's good for the city right now.
perfect. All right. And then Chief Helms, anything on yours?
This evening, no, but I would like to just briefly mention and thank the police, or the, street department for doing a good job on the streets through this winter. It's been pretty challenging. They've kept the mobility good in our city and they've kept accidents down by keeping our streets in great condition, so we appreciate that and they've done a good job.
Absolutely, I agree. All right. Well, if no one has any questions on these reports, we'll move on to council liaison, library and school board, Mr. Fisher.
I don't have anything to report right now.
All right. Park board, Mr. Bailey.
We finally had the meeting, first Monday, thanks to the weather finally letting up. Gentleman from, interested in the RC, track, he wants to put a track down at, Hickey White, and he wants it to be a small and only for electric RV, remote control vehicle. He said it'd be smaller than this room, the area that they needed, so that's being considered.
Okay, so it's on the table at the park board to decide, and then, okay. All righty. Planning and zoning, Mr. Friedmeier.
We have a meeting March the 6th at 6:30. That's all I have.
Perfect. Zoning and appeals board, Mr. Ginever.
Mr. Sullivan tells me we're probably gonna have a meeting in March, but we don't know when it is yet.
Okay, I'll put that down. All right, moving on to public response, does anyone in the audience wish to speak on anything related to the previous council meeting on January 27th? All right, moving on to old business, we have none. New business, we have Jennifer Grissom, did I say that properly? Yes. All right, ma'am, you have the floor.
Greetings, my name is Jennifer Grissom.
Hello.
I'd like to provide this. So this is my very first council meeting. I really don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna put it all out there.
All righty.
And just say that, I'm open to suggestions. So, this is an example of a concept that I am hoping for approval on. Here. If you want to scan the, if everybody wants to pick up their phone and scan the QR code real quick. What I'm hoping to accomplish here is a community-wide, so Crystal City doesn't have a lot of subdivisions. We only have a couple. I'm a local realtor. I live here. I work here. I want to be a successful businesswoman here, and the way to go about doing that is to have successful community relations. So what I'm envisioning is a feel-good community event. It's free to everybody. What I gain out of it is literally just exposure and social media presence. That's where I excel, is social media. So the vision here is local businesses would like to have a sign like this, except this is from a past event, in front of their business with approval from Robert, so that it's not blocking traffic, nothing like that, but the sign is what you have in front of you, saying that we're having this community-wide subdivision sale. So residents get to sign up. They're going to get a map of where everybody's going to be. Anybody who requests the map of where can I go to these subdivision sales, they're going to get a map. Businesses, where what we're hoping for that is like On the Grind is going to want to do 50% off of caramel macchiatos if you come here from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. The ambulance district would want to sponsor the Boy Scouts to have a barbecue that day. First, the Baptist Church is going to have their annual quilting sale that they were normally going to have a different day, but they're going to have it that day. So Crystal City is going to be absolute crazy mayhem, but in a fabulous way that particular day. Like, all eyes are here, all dollars are here, and what I'm looking for is approval of the event, and also I welcome any input on any of the design aspects. The website that I brought you to is going to be a registration website, and then as soon as you, towards the bottom of the page, what I'm hoping is that, you know, it's like On the Grind is going to have blah, 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 blah. So it's like you're advertising, I'm advertising on this website, on my website, that here's also the community organizations who are participating. So it's an additional draw to make this one event also even that much bigger.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
All right, I think it's a good idea. Do we need a motion? I'll entertain we'll have questions,
Okay, go ahead.
but let's go, questions.
Can we include a couple items on this about the signage? Because some of the places that, when they do decide where they're gonna place the signage, may not necessarily be normally allowed to have a sign of that size, like in somebody's front yard. If we can get a waiver to that requirement so that, we've got that on record in our office, as long as she's agreed to provide me with all those locations.
Mm-hmm.
And also the names that will be on that registered list, so that everybody doesn't have to come in here to City Hall and re-register once they've already registered with her.
Right.
So that way we still know who's gonna have a yard sale. We don't normally charge for that anyway, but we do keep track of where those are.
Okay. Chief, do you have any concerns on having? All right. Well, those are the two that I would have questions for. So, I mean, does anybody have any questions for her?
If anybody does at a later date, I gave everybody my business card very intentionally, so that way you can contact me, because I'm super open to making this the biggest, bestest thing that we can for the community, and other people are going to have ideas, you know, after they leave this room, so feel free to contact me. The other thing is, it's April showers. It's the Girl Scout pickup day, so I'd like to incorporate that as well. Just advertising the fact that this is happening, so if you want to take your Girl Scout bag and make sure it's filled with personal items or whatever, you know, so that was going to be my next step after approval here, is to hit up the Girl Scouts and see if they wanted to just commingle a little bit.
Right. Jay?
So I just have one question.
Sure.
I'm a little, so this is, scattered out, right? So whoever has the garage sale just says, I want to have a garage sale, and you publish it. But you also said you wanted to have like a barbecue and
Well,
So-
that's not me personally, so that's gonna be maybe a suggestion to some of the other businesses. Like maybe Kettle Hut or the ambulance, Joachim wants to like sponsor the Boy Scouts to have a barbecue or something like that.
Right.
I'm providing an opportunity to where all eyes will be on Crystal City this day, and
Mhm.
if you want to attract additional interest, additional people who maybe wouldn't have seen that or wouldn't have attended that, but they're already over here for this, it's just an additional eyes. So that's kind of my thought process on that.
Yeah, well, where I'm going with this is that we usually have, if there's something that's gotta occupy a location
Mhm.
that requires permits and that type of thing, then we like to know about it, so
For
that,
sure.
like, the police department can know
Okay, yeah.
certain things.
It's nothing I would do personally, but I think it has potential.
So you're not gonna have a central headquarters for the whole thing or anything, right?
So
A physical location.
that's one thing I did, actually, that's a question. So I am willing to provide, the personnel, in a pop-up tent and like balloons at the two sides of Crystal City, like on 61, 67, and here's a physical destination for maps. And what it would be like probably, it's gonna be real estate vendors. So it's like title companies, and it's gonna be Jefferson County title companies. And it's going to be, this sewer company wants to help do that because their advertising is also gonna be on that map packet. So that's my thought on that. But everything is gonna be, I came, to Matt initially, and then he sent me to Robert, and I just, my goal is to be 100% transparent because, somebody's always gonna find fault in something, and I would just prefer to make sure I have all my I's dotted and T's crossed.
All righty. I mean, it's gonna be basically it's up to the individual to sign up for a yard sale, and then
Oh, sure.
you're gonna just
No
facilitate it.
expectations, other than it'll be a great event.
Right, other than it's, okay, well, I mean, I'd entertain a motion to have a community yard sale that day? I don't know.
Do that, you could make the motion to waive the normal sign ordinance for a period of
Yes, please, because I'm not rich.
30 days enough. 30 days enough.
Yes, so I'm gonna place the signs out, the large signs, and the goal is to have 6 to 8 in prominent places, 2 weeks ahead of time, and then the day of the event, the day after the event, all the signs will come down.
So I would make a motion to approve waiving the sign ordinance for 30 days and no per household fee. I think it's $1, we don't charge it.
No,
It's free?
They just gotta register, right?
So,
We used to charge $1, but, that was what I moved to.
I don't, all right, well, all right, so if we don't have a fee, do we need to waive that? Okay, if it's free, we don't need to waive it. Okay, I'll entertain, I got two motions here, or I'm gonna entertain two motions. I'm gonna entertain a motion for a community-wide yard sale on April 12th, 2025.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion carries. So since we have that motion, I'll entertain a motion to waive the sign ordinance for 30 days, only for Jennifer Grissom.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. That's it.
Thank you
Your
very much.
first council meeting.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Nobody recorded me throwing my cards up there, right?
I mean, it technically, well, yeah. All right. So, moving on to ordinances.
I'll make a motion to read ordinance 1972-2025 on its first reading by title only.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Madam Clerk, can I have the first reading of Bill 1972-2025 by title only, please?
Bill number 1972-2025 on its first reading by title only. An ordinance of the city of Crystal City, Missouri, rezoning certain tracts of land located within the city limits of the city of Crystal City, Missouri.
Make a motion to accept ordinance 1972-2025 on its first reading by title only.
Second.
A motion has been made and seconded to accept Bill 1972-2025 on its first reading by title only. Any discussion? I'm sorry, I'm on my second one, right? Oh, was it? All right, sorry, I got mixed up on my stuff. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries.
Make a motion to read ordinance 1972-2025 on its second and final reading by title only.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Madam Clerk, can I have the second and final reading of Bill 1972-2025 by title only, please?
Make a motion to accept ordinance 1972-2025 on its second and final reading by title only.
Second.
A motion has been made and seconded to approve Bill 1972-2025 on its second and final reading by title only. Any discussion?
Just to point out that this relates to what Mr. Sullivan was talking about with rezoning that property to RA1 earlier, so just to make
That's
sure everybody
correct.
knows that.
Yes, sir. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. I will poll the council. Councilperson Bradley? Councilperson Gifford?
Yes.
Councilperson Ginever?
Yes.
Councilperson Friedmeier?
Yes.
Councilperson Fisher?
Yes.
Councilperson Bailey?
Yes.
Councilperson Massa? Bill number 1972-2025 now becomes ordinance 1972-2025. Is that correct, Madam Clerk? Thank you, ma'am. I'll entertain a motion to read Bill 1973-2025 on its first reading by title only.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Madam Clerk, can I have the first reading of Bill 1973-2025 by title only, please?
Make a motion to accept ordinance 1973-2025 on its first reading by title only.
Second.
A motion has been made and seconded to accept Bill 1973-2025 on its first reading by title only. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries.
Make a motion to read ordinance 1973-2025 on its second and final reading by title only.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Madam Clerk, can I have the second and final reading of Bill 1973-2025 by title only, please?
Make a motion to accept ordinance 1973-2025 on its second and final reading by title only.
Second.
A motion has been made and seconded to approve Bill 1973-2025 on its second and final reading by title only. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. I'll poll the council. Councilperson Bradley?
Yes.
Councilperson Gifford?
Yes.
Councilperson Ginever?
Yes.
Councilperson Friedmeier?
Yes.
Councilperson Fisher?
Yes.
Councilperson Bailey?
Yes.
Councilperson Massa? All right, bill number 1973-2025 now becomes ordinance 1973-2025. Is that correct, Madam Clerk? Thank you, ma'am.
Make a motion to read ordinance 1974-2025 on first reading, on first reading by title only.
Thank you.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Madam Clerk, can I have the first reading of Bill 1974-2025 by title only, please? Thank you, ma'am.
Make a motion to accept ordinance 1974-2025 on first reading by title only.
Second.
A motion has been made and seconded to accept Bill 1974-2025 on its first reading by title only. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries.
Make a motion to read ordinance 1974-2025 on second and final reading by title only.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Madam Clerk, can I have the second and final reading of Bill 1974-2025 by title only, please? Thank you, ma'am.
Make a motion to accept Bill 1974-2025 on second and final reading by title only.
Second.
A motion has been made and seconded to approve Bill 1974-2025 on its second and final reading by title only. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. I'll poll the council. Councilperson Bradley?
Yes.
Councilperson Kempfer?
Yes.
Councilperson Ginever?
Yes.
Councilperson Friedmeier?
Yes.
Councilperson Fisher?
Yes.
Councilperson Bailey?
Yes.
Councilperson Massa? All right, bill number 1974-2025 now becomes ordinance 1974-2025.
Make a motion to read Bill 1975-2025 on first reading by title only.
Second.
All righty. I have a motion and a second on the floor. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Madam Clerk, can I have the first reading of Bill 1975-2025 by title only, please?
Make a motion to accept Bill 1975-2025 on first reading by title only.
Second.
And seconded to accept Bill 1975-2025 on its first reading by title only. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries.
Make a motion to read Bill 1975-2025 on second and final reading by title only.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Madam Clerk, can I have the second and final reading of Bill 1975-2025 by title only, please?
Make a motion to accept Bill 1975-2025 on its second and final reading by title only.
Second.
A motion has been made and seconded to approve Bill 1975-2025 on its second and final reading by title only. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. I'll poll the council. Councilperson Bradley?
Yes.
Councilperson Kempfer?
Yes.
Councilperson Ginever?
Yes.
Councilperson Friedmeier?
Yes.
Councilperson Fisher?
Yes.
Councilperson Bailey?
Yes.
Councilperson Massa? All right, bill number 1975-2025 now becomes ordinance 1975-2025. Is that correct, Madam Clerk? Thank you, ma'am.
Motion to read bill 1976-2025 on its first reading by title only.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Madam Clerk, can I have the first reading of Bill 1976-2025 by title only, please?
Make a motion to accept bill 1976-2025 on its first reading by title only.
Second.
A motion has been made and seconded to accept Bill 1976-2025 on its first reading by title only. Any discussion?
Yeah, what is this one for?
This is for panel replacement. Mr. Turner, you wanna?
Yeah, I don't know, Goodwin Drive, I'm right by, Good Earth Tool, Industrial Drive. Just, that road's probably 25, 30 years old, it's just.
Oh, just, okay.
It's the concrete,
Replaced about.
Just the road panel.
Yep, yep.
Gotcha.
they're just 8 inch thick. They're just a little bit more than what we,
Light industrial is what I went with on that, so.
yeah. Nope. Thank you for clarifying that. I believe I have a motion and a second, so all I have is, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries.
Make a motion to read bill 1976-2025 on its second and final reading by title only.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Madam Clerk, can I have the second and final reading of Bill 1976-2025 by title only, please? Thank you, ma'am.
Make a motion to accept bill 1976-2025 on its second and final reading by title only.
Second.
A motion has been made and seconded to approve Bill 1976-2025 on its second and final reading by title only. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. I'll go ahead and poll the council. Councilperson Bradley?
Yes.
Councilperson Kemfer?
Yes.
Councilperson Ginever?
Yes.
Councilperson Friedmeier?
Yes.
Councilperson Fisher?
Yes.
Councilperson Bailey?
Yes.
Councilperson Massa. All right, Bill number 1976-2025 now becomes ordinance 1976-2025. Is that correct, Madam Clerk? All right, thank you, ma'am. Moving on, we have our last resolution here, or first resolution of the year, I should say. Resolution 1-2025. It's a resolution for the City of Crystal City, Missouri, stating the intent to seek funding through the Community Development Block Grant Program. It's what we held the public hearing for this morning. So all we gotta do is a simple vote, so I'll entertain.
Approve resolution 1-2025.
Perfect.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none,
Need that one?
motion carries. I only need that one time. And that moves us on the agenda back to City Administrator's report. Mr. Eisenbeiss, do you have anything to add to your report?
I do not.
Does anybody at the council have anything to ask him about his report? All righty. Moving on to, okay.
Tetris parade, Mardi Gras, what time does it start? Any idea? I know it's Saturday, but. Noon, okay. All right.
There we go.
Barrels out by 9, so I'm right.
So, Tetros Parade starts at noon. All right. All right, that moves me to the mayor's report. Let me start with a little paragraph here I got. Mr. Eisenbeiss was recently awarded the ICMA 25 Years of Service credential. I want to say that Crystal City is in a great place right now. Jason's experience and depth of knowledge has helped Crystal City flourish in the recent years. As you see Crystal City progress, you see one of the longest tenured city administrators in the area that has the best interests of his community at heart. It has been a pleasure to work alongside Jason and bring Crystal City to the forefront of Jefferson County. So with that, I want to present him his plaque. I'll come to you. he's put his time in, quite a bit of it, so.
Hey, turn around this way for a minute.
And then I'll get out of it.
Okay.
I know we discussed this a little earlier, but, the amount of time Jason spends here, and I bother him a lot. So he does really good, his knowledge base is thorough, and, the city's in a good place because of Jason. And, the council, of course, but he works hard, so. Moving on, next section, I had, compliments from our snow removal. Mr. Turner, our street department, and public works as a whole. I mean, I know this, you know,
I had two guys from the water department in a plow truck this year, so they did a good job. Everybody pitched in.
we had plenty of snow, and, I like how you started implementing salting the alleys, 'cause we tell them not to park on the road, and then I got some calls like, hey, I'm stuck in my alley, and then you guys went out the same day, salted them, and, I think it's something, if we're gonna get significant snow, it's something that, yeah.
Really can't plow them because so many driveways and garage doors, but yeah.
No, I think the salt is a good thing, so. Does anybody in the audience wish to say anything about tonight's council meeting? All right, moving on from there. Springtime's right around the corner, and, our projects are about to start, and, like I said earlier, Crystal City's in a great spot. We're doing pretty well, and, I'm happy to be part of it, so. Moving on to roundtable and council comments. Councilperson Bradley. Councilperson Kempfer. All righty. Councilperson Ginever?
I wanna say that Sharon Riney wants more road work done in Ward 1,
Okay.
'cause she's here and she'll beat me up if I don't say that.
Look at that, she doesn't seem like she has your back. She is, I've already talked to her.
No,
so-
she beats me up just for the heck of it.
Hey, perfect.
Somebody's gotta keep you in line, right?
Right. All righty. Mr. Friedmeier?
Jason, it's been a pleasure. You've done a great job since you've been here. I've got to work with you for a lot of years, and I think you do an excellent job, so I appreciate that. Danny, tell the boys they did a great job. I think on the snow and that, I think that was good. Yep, that's all I got.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Fisher?
I just echo what Dink just said, they did do a great job on the streets, and I pestered Jason as much as you do, and always answers the phone even though he can see my name on the phone.
That's one of the things, and, it's a hard feat to beat me on that, 'cause I'm pretty annoying too.
Our water department the other day, when it was -4, we were out on the highway with a water break, they did a good job on that, and when it's really cold like that, they work a lot faster.
Hey, they were doing a good job on that, and that's one,
Those guys stay good with those temperatures too.
yeah. All righty. Mr. Bailey?
The only thing I had to say was I really appreciate the work that they've done outside. It was terrible cold weather that we've had. They kept things going. Appreciate it very much.
And Miss Massa? All righty. Mr. Cherry left, and he was last on my list, so I'll entertain a motion to adjourn, this meeting, and then we will be enclosed right after, so we get another break, and then we'll come back for a closed session after this, so. I need a second.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, we are now adjourned. There's no reason to.
He wants to see us hold hands.
He held mine onto
He
awkward.
kept going like that.
Are we shaking hands or what do we do? Are we, like, grab your, well, it's like a diploma. Can't even see our hands.
Right.
It's so bad.
Good, again.
What is wrong with the first one?
Was that good?
That was good.
All right.